I actually would have never heard of our next artist, Woody Guthrie, if not for a documentary I watched about him in honors English in my junior year of high school. It's one of those high school memories for which I don't remember any context. I don't remember any papers we had to write about Woody Guthrie or even why we had watched the documentary. But I feel bad that even since then, that documentary marked the extent of my experience with him, since I've only recently learned about the impact he had on American folk and protest music. He was most active in the 1940s and 50s, writing music that championed workers' rights, vilified the corruption of the ruling class, and promoted harmony during a tumultuous time. You might recognize the song This Land Is Your Land, which he wrote after he grew tired of hearing God Bless America on the radio. I chose this 1940 song by Guthrie, which describes the life of Jesus Christ in 8 verses, his message and his conflict with the dominant ideologies of the culture at the time. I think his message is still relevant today though, especially for me existing as a Christian during the election season. I don't want to dive too deeply into what is no doubt a sensitive subject, but I feel like there's a tendency for both non-believers and believers to oversimplify the intersection of Christianity and public policy. To me, that overlap will always be more than just 1 or 2 hot-button issues, and I think we owe it to ourselves and our great commandment to love one another, to educate ourselves as much as we can. I think the faith has been co-opted to become something much more divisive than it was ever meant to be. And that's all I'll say about that, but I certainly welcome discussion about it. I don't think I'm above learning new things and viewpoints at all. I hope you enjoy our last song, Jesus Christ, by Woody Guthrie. So that's the end of this week's playlist, much shorter than last week's, which I know I'm personally grateful for. I had a good time last week, but it really did feel a bit out of my element not to focus on the song, so I'm glad to be back to just chatting about music. As you could tell, I referenced a lot of my favorite artists this week, and I'm excited if it's your first time checking any of them out. I'm already desperate for you guys to like my music, so I'll be particularly crushed if you guys don't like my selection this week. As you can tell, I've been thinking a lot about politics recently, especially after that dumpster fire of a presidential debate earlier this week. I think after this week, I'll be moving away from socially conscious songs, not because I'm tired of them or I think they've lost their value, but because I just need a break from all the seriousness, I think. Maybe I'll attempt some uplifting theme one of these weeks, who knows, but as always, thanks for hanging out. God bless, peace out, and have a great week.